Yes, hello world. What is up? Welcome to Build. I'm your host, Matt Forte. We're here live at the Build Studio in New York City. Brahms, The Boy 2 is William Brent Bell's follow-up to the terrifying 2016 hit, The Boy. Unaware of the terrifying history of Heelshire Mansion, a young family moves into a guest house on the estate where their young son soon makes a most unsettling new friend. Joining me now, star of the film, the super talented, make a crazy amount of noise, Christopher Convery's here, everybody. Come on, do it up. Make some noise for Christopher. Dude, congratulations. I heard backstage I am like the first person to see this movie, and it is so scary and creepy. You're incredible in it. I'm so excited you're here. How are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's so great to have you, man. I saw a cool post. I think it was on your Instagram or on your Twitter. I saw somewhere that at like the ArcLight, they had the giant poster up, and you were all blown up on a big poster on a billboard. And I've seen posters around.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty exciting to see yourself all over the place.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like, like there was this huge, like I was a tagged post, and I was just looking through my tagged posts, and there was this like picture with this huge billboard in LA, and it was me and the doll, and it was just so amazing. I was freaking out.
I'm really excited to talk to you about this whole process, man, because you've done a bunch of stuff. You were very recently we saw you in Stranger Things. You were young Billy, which is a creepy sequence, but nothing on the level of creepy that this movie is. So we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk about all this in a second. But yeah, how did this come to be? How did you get to be involved with The Boy 2? How did it all start for you, man?
Yeah, so it's actually funny that you mentioned Stranger Things because after I had just finished filming Stranger Things, and we were driving to the airport to go back home, and we had got the audition like 20 minutes before we got to the airport for Brahms, The Boy 2. So we got
in the car around.
Yeah, we had to turn the car around. I got ready, like on the drive over there. I looked at my lines, brought my tone to it, and I did the audition. I felt really good about it. Yeah. We got back in the car and went to the airport, and we had to go back to New York. And I think, as soon as we landed, we had gotten the call that I had gotten the Boy 2. So it was like crazy how it all happened.
Just back and forth.
Yeah.
And forth. That's so exciting, though. What did you think when you found out that you got? What was your first reaction when you heard that? Oh my God, I'm going to be in The Boy 2.
I mean, I was like freaking out. I screamed. It was so crazy because knowing that I had literally just finished Stranger Things, and got the part like literally right after I did it. It was just like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah. Kind of meant to be. Did you, after you found out that you were going to be in The Boy 2, did you go back and watch or rewatch the first film and kind of get a feel for the vibe and the tone? Yeah, so
as soon as I got the part, I went to go see The Boy, and it was amazing. Like, I loved it so much. The twist is crazy. And it also really helped me for The Boy 2 because I had watched the movie, and I realized what the tone was, like, of the thing. So I brought the tone in and added it to my character, which was really cool. And after I got it, actually, me and the director, William Brent Bell, who was amazing, we did, like, these cool little meetings where we would, like, change and, look at parts of the script of my character, and we both added our own input to the script and made little changes that really brought Jude to life. So it was really cool.
That's really cool. I'm excited to hear about that process because and I don't think I'm giving anything away. It's in the trailer. There are moments Jude will communicate like a lot with writing things down and communicate sort of silently. And I was interested, like, is that harder for you as an actor to have to emote and perform without having one of your tools, without having your voice?
I guess it's like it's definitely like more of a challenge for an actor, and it's definitely more emotionally challenging because not only do you have to express your emotion like on the paper, also in your face. So I thought it was pretty cool because I don't use my voice, but I feel like it really gives me the opportunity to use my facial expressions for the emotions. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Your facial expressions and the way you walk and sit and just like your whole body, like your whole body language is really, creepy is the only word I can describe.
Yeah.
It is a testament to your acting abilities because sitting here with you, not creeped out at all. Watching this movie, very creeped out.
Thank
You're
you.
A heck of an actor, I'll tell you
Thank
that.
you.
How do you usually do with scary movies? Before The Boy and before The Boy 2, before you watched or part of these, were you a scary movie fan? Did you watch scary movies? Could you handle them?
Yes, I am the biggest fan of horror movies. Like, I love them so much. Like you go, like, you make a plan with your friends. You go to the movie theater or at home even. You get popcorn. You get ready, and like I think what the best part is when you're with your friends and like everyone's screaming, like everyone gets jump scared. I think it's just so fun.
Yeah, for sure. It is one of the most fun communal movie experiences. It's one of the most
Yeah.
fun things to do with friends. What's your go-to? What's your like one in your top 5? What's the one? Oh, I know this is going to be a fun one to watch. Let's put this one on.
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually really loved the original Halloween, and honestly, after I saw the boy, I loved the boy too. You know, Halloween, especially like the original one, that is just so funny because it's a classic, and that's like I feel like no matter how many times you see it, you will get freaked out. So I love that one. Yeah.
So talk to me about, we talked about kind of working with the director, but actually being on set, having to perform these scenes and be in these moments. Did you ever get caught up in it? Is it scary then when you're in the moment, when you're doing the scary stuff? Does it feel scary while you're there performing it? Do you have to remind yourself, oh, this is just a movie. It's just a set.
It's actually funny that you bring that up because like when I'm just filming, casual scenes, right? It's not like with scary stuff. It's not that terrifying because everyone's around you. But there are definitely some scary moments that happen on set. Like, there's actually one time I had just met the doll Brahms on set, and I was really freaked out because like I got to hold him and stuff. And in the first movie, he had skin made out of porcelain. And in this one, he has this silicone skin, and it feels like human skin. Like
That's so creepy.
it was just made for that. And
How heavy is the doll? Is it pretty like?
yeah, he's like pretty big. He's
Yeah.
like this big. Yeah.
Big doll, yeah.
But it was really creepy because it's kind of like he got an upgrade, and he had like these human like eyes. And there was one scene. This is what really freaked me out.
Tell me about it.
So I had just finished filming a scene with Brahms. I put him on the counter, like we were done for now, and the lights had went out just for like a scene that was going on. So like, I was just sitting around, and all of a sudden I feel like this weird thing slowly touched my neck. And I got so freaked out. The lights turned back on, the scene's over. Brahms had never moved. He was just sitting there. So because of him, I'm now scared of dolls. So that's definitely a scary moment that happened on set.
Well, I'll tell you, because of these movies, a lot of people are really scared of dolls.
Yeah.
Do you have at that? So okay, so that happens on set. You're done working for the day. You got to go home. Does working on a movie like this make it harder when you leave? When you leave the set and you go to your hotel or you go home or whatever, you turn the lights off. Are you still a little scared? Or does it come home with you? Does it follow you?
I mean, for some scenes, I feel like, yeah, like, I think one time I was in my hotel, and I had gotten up, like, it was, like, midnight or something to use the restroom, and, like, I just saw, like, the shadow, and I thought it was Brahms, and I think it was, like, the same day that experience happened with Brahms, and, yeah, it kind of freaked me out, like, I'm just always like, oh, is it Brahms there? So, yeah.
For sure. Did they let you, we see it in the trailer, there's an incredibly unsettling mask that you wear in this film. It's super plain. It's like a dolphin. It's like a Brahms mask, basically. Did you steal that? They let you take it home so you could wear it on Halloween or something? Or
No, they definitely kept that. It was actually a bit long process for that, so I guess they would keep that. But I actually did keep some props from the set.
what'd they give you?
I have a bedroom in the movie, and I have these marionettes, like, hanging down from the ceiling. And they're really creepy, and I thought they were really cool. So they actually let us keep it, and these are really lifelike, weird, really creepy marionettes. So now I have them in my bedroom right now.
You mean in your bedroom in a box buried underneath a pile of blankets in a corner where they can't come to life and terrify you, right?
I actually have them hanging from my ceiling.
Seriously, you have
Yes.
creepy marionettes hanging
Yes.
from your ceiling.
Yes, it's very scary.
Did they give that to you before or after you told them you were afraid of dolls?
I think it was before, actually. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do they ever move at nighttime? You think they're moving? Do they creep you
Yes.
out?
I mean, no, because since they're, like, hanging from the ceiling, they do, like, sway back and forth,
sway in the wind.
and they turn.
What are you doing, Christopher? Get rid of those things.
Yeah.
That's insane. Do you ever, from the other stuff have you been on, have you ever brought something home from the set from another place before? Or was this the first time?
No, I actually think this is the first time.
So it's special.
Yeah, definitely.
Very creepy, but it's special.
Yes, very special and creepy.
There's a moment in the film that I know you play piano.
Yeah.
Like outside of the movie world, like just Christopher plays piano.
Mhm.
But in the movie, you play a little bit of piano as well. There's a scene, very unsettling scene, where you play some piano. Was that always in the script, or did they put that in because they found out that you play piano? How'd that work?
It's actually funny you mentioned that. Katie was on my Instagram, and she was looking at a video of me playing the piano. and she really liked it. She thought it was really cool. And she went over to the director, Brent, and she showed him the video. And for a while, they were just talking. Like, I saw them just talking. And they eventually both agreed that it would be really cool if they added a whole new scene of me playing the piano with Brahms. So now, in the movie, there's a scene of me playing the piano, which is amazing.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Did they? How did you decide what to play? How did you know what you should play on piano?
That's actually really cool. So, Brahms is a composer, right? And I knew, I feel like Brahms' Lullaby is one of the most famous pieces of his. So I took Brahms' Lullaby and kind of like made it into this cool, like creepy, like variation of it to make it like kind of a piano piece. And yeah, that's how it made. So it was cool.
That's so awesome. Do you do that on the piano often? Do you take other songs and make creepy versions of them?
I don't really do that for my spare time, but I do like to compose. Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
So when you're at home, and your family's around or whatever, you're not like up in your room and they just hear creepy piano music coming from Christopher's room.
I mean,
oh, he's just being creative. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Tim and his marionettes. They're up there playing creepy music together.
Yeah, I do. I mean, like creepy music, like I think it's kind of cool because it brings emotion to the piano while you're playing, and I really do enjoy that.
Did you listen to any creepy music while you were on set to like get you in the zone or no?
Oh no, that's actually a really cool idea. Yeah.
I've heard about I've had a bunch of people on the stage. They talk to me about sometimes they'll have like special playlists that they'll make for a character, so like it gets them like in the mood or like in the right headspace or something.
I'll probably do that. Yeah.
Sounds like a cool tip.
Yeah.
I've heard it a couple of times. You mentioned Katie Holmes in this film. Amazing actress, been in the business for a minute, a lot of experience there. Did you try to learn from her or ask her for any tips as someone who kind of knows the ins and outs, been doing this for a little while?
Yeah, definitely. Like she's a true professional actor. Sure. And what was really cool that what she would do, and I learned personally, was she would improvise a lot with us, like nothing written in the script, to make it look like we're an actual family. Like, so me, my dad, and Katie. Dad's Owen, by the way. He's really fun. And she would, like, hug us, kiss us. Like, it would make it look like we're an actual family. And none of it was scripted in the script, so I think I definitely learned from her. So, yeah.
Did you, and had you never improvised or anything like that before? You usually stuck to what was there, what the director said, so that was, like, a cool experience? Or?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I do, a lot of times me and the director will kind of, like, change some things. Improvisation, of course, but, like, I'm talking about, like, like, just like full-on improvisation throughout the entire thing, like as a general improvisation. Yeah, sure. Which is cool.
Was that like, which is cool? Was that did it like throw you off at first, like because it was unexpected, or were you like, oh man, this is neat, like I get it? Like,
yeah, I was kind of like, oh whoa, but then I started to realize, oh, this is really cool,
Yeah, for sure. How long have you been doing this? Because you're so good at it and so confident, and you play music, do all these things. I feel like I read that your first like big gig was Kinky Boots.
Yeah.
You were like 7 though, right?
Yeah, it was actually crazy. Like I had just came from, I was always like singing around the house when I was 5 and 4, and I had just auditioned for a part in a regional theater for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and I was German, and I kind of like got experience for like dancing, singing, and acting. And I had gotten the audition for Kinky Boots the musical, so we actually flew out to New York, and we did the audition, and then we were about to leave. They said they wanted to keep us. They were like, oh, we just want you to do another audition, like a callback. They were about to leave again, and they had told us that we had gotten it. So that was crazy. Yeah. So I did Kinky Boots for 2 years, and that really exposed me to, like, the professional world. And I started doing Gotham, The Girl in the Spider's Web, Stranger Things, like all my shows that I've done. And I feel like I would say, like, professionally acting, I guess about, like, 3 years, I guess. Yeah.
My big takeaway from that story, and I'm going to talk to your family about this, is whenever you audition out of town, they need to book an extra day. Because every time you get a gig, it's right when you're about to leave. So I feel like if they had the room for just one more night, you guys could get that phone call, save yourselves a lot of back and forth to the airport.
Oh, yeah, that's really funny.
So what's your earliest memory of knowing that I enjoy this, I like doing this, I'm good at this? When did you first figure that out? Because you're probably still close enough to it that you can remember it.
I mean, like, I always saw, like, on the TV,
yeah.
like, always, like, these, like, movies and TV shows playing, and I thought that was super cool. Like, it's really fun, and I always loved it. And I saw I think I saw a flyer for like a community theater, regional theater ad just for like it was like a camp for acting and singing and dancing, and I was like, I really want to try this out. It looks really fun, and I went in, really got experienced, and then auditioned just for the fun of it for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and I'd gotten the role.
As you were leaving.
Yeah, and then so as soon as I got that role, it was my actual first part. I got experience to it, and I loved it from then on. Yeah.
Sure. What do you so far? Where do you have more fun? I know it's two different planets. We ask everyone this who's done both, but you've been on stage and now you've done a bunch of TV and film and stuff like that. Is there one that you like more? Do you miss the stage? You think you'll go back to the stage? Are you having a good time on TV? What do you like about them both?
I mean, of course, I love them both. I don't know if I will go back. I don't really know, but I will say though, movies and TV shows I do prefer because you get to play so many different characters and different emotions all the time. Even if you're in a TV show, you're playing the same character, but you go through so many different things and you're always doing something different in each episode. And in movies, you're always doing something different. And when you continue, you just do different parts. But when you're on Broadway, for say, like I was on 2 years, you do one thing for every single night for a continuous amount of time. And, of course, I love Broadway. But I do feel like I just prefer movies and TVs. Yeah.
No, that totally makes sense. And I don't know that I've ever heard that perspective before, but it's true. You don't think of that. When you're doing a Broadway show and you're doing 7 or 8 shows a week and you're doing it for 2 years, it is the same exact thing every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nuts. We got a couple of questions before we get out of here, but I just want to remind everybody that Brahms the Boy 2, it's going to open this weekend, and it's going to blow your mind, and it's the scariest thing in the world. You're so good in it.
Thank you.
So congratulations again. So check it out. And then I think I saw you're going to be in an episode, or did it already happen? MacGyver?
Yeah, it's actually coming out on the same day this movie is coming out. Yeah.
What an awesome weekend for you.
I know. It's awesome. Yeah.
Very cool. So keep an eye out and catch Christopher on MacGyver as well. All right, let's go. We got some questions in the room. The first one's coming to us from John. John, I believe we've handed you a microphone.
Hi.
How you doing?
I was wondering if you were scared at all at the idea of being in a horror film as opposed to a drama or another genre.
Yeah, so I always loved horror movies, so I thought it was gonna be like a really fun experience. But yeah, like when you get to set, definitely how I talked about with Brahms, like there are definitely some scary experiences. And I was like, I'd never really been in like a horror movie, so I was really excited. Not really like terrified, but I was like excited and kind of scared because like you don't know what's gonna happen, So yeah.
Great question. Thank you. We've got time. We're going to do one more. This one's coming to us from Jay. Jay, where are you at?
Right here.
Hey, Jay, what's up?
Hey, man. So with you being such a successful, young actor, how was the dynamic off camera working with the director and your other castmates?
Oh yeah, it's so cool. There's so many things that could happen. Like how I said about like Katie Holmes doing the piano scene. But what I thought was really cool is me and the director, we would have these like mini meetings where we would, read over the script, look at our parts, and kind of look at the parts and kind of bring in our own tone to it to, bring Jude alive. And I thought that was really cool. And, interacting with our cast, it was just so fun. Like, Owen, he was so fun. Like, we got to hang out with his family. Ralph Ineson. After a lot of, after we were done filming for a lot of scenes, we would go to this arcade that had, all of these old-fashioned all the classic arcade games, which was super fun. So yeah, it was just so fun being with the cast and hanging out with the director too.
Another good question. I talked about this a lot when I had kids from Stranger Things on here, and it's when you're a young, successful actor, one of the biggest challenges is balancing this career with your academic career and being in school and stuff. Have you been able to navigate that and keep a good balance between school and being able to do all these awesome shows and movies?
Yeah, definitely. I go to a school called PBAS, and it's really good because the schools are kind of made for that. Like, they're really good for being on location, being with movies. They just send you the work. It's perfect. I hang out with my friends. I go to school all the time. I do all my work. I love hanging out. I love just, playing the piano, playing video games. So yeah, it's good.
Very cool. Well, congratulations again, dude. You did a fantastic job. It's an awesome movie, and
Thank
just
you.
congrats in general on killing it and being out there in all these awesome shows and stuff. You're really,
Thanks so much.
you're really doing an awesome job, dude. It's so cool to have you here. I can't wait for you to come back and tell us about the next 200 things you end up
Yeah.
doing. But for now, everybody, friendly reminder: Brahms the Boy 2 is this weekend. Also, it's an awesome episode of MacGyver coming up. That Christopher's going to be in. Keep an eye out for that. Anything else we should tell him about? What else you got going on? Nothing yet.
I do have some things in the pipeline, but
Pipeline. All right, we'll save them for next time. We'll save them
Yeah.
for next time. Let's not spill the pipeline. Thank you so much, guys, for being an awesome audience and hanging out with us. And thanks to those who tuned in and watched at home. One more time, everybody. Let's get a crazy amount of noise. Let's know Christopher how much we enjoy him being here. Christopher Convery, everybody.
Thank you.